All right, this next video is on number 3 of part 1 of your test. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing the equation of these 3 lines. So the first line, that is going to be a slanted line. Okay, so I'm going to have a slope, a y-intercept, and I'm going to be able to write the equation in slope-intercept form. First thing I want to identify is the slope. Just like the problems in number 2, there are points darkened in for you to help you find the slope. Now this is a positive slope. I can tell my graph is going up. First thing, I'm going to actually start with the y-intercept. This is where I start, this green dot. That's on the y-axis. You need to know that the y-axis is the up and down axis. And that y-intercept is at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6. That's your y-intercept. That's going to help us. Now my slope, my rise over run, I'm going to go from that green point to the pink point. I'm going up to the right, 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3. My x-intercept isn't going to help me on the equation, but I should know that the x-axis is the horizontal one. And this graph crosses the x-axis right here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, to write the equation, I need the slope and I need the y-intercept because my equation is going to go in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So here, my y equals, the m is the slope. You already found the slope of that line. You said it was 2/3. I follow it by an x. The b is the y-intercept, which you said was negative 6. Now, as you're doing this, what I would do, you wrote the equation. I want you to type that equation into Desmos. Okay, so you have y equals 2/3 x minus 6. Now I'm going to go look at the graph. Does that graph kind of look like the graph on your paper? Now if you're not sure, check to see what the x and the y-intercepts are. You can click on that on Desmos. You can click there at the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Those are the same as what you wrote down, negative 6 and 9, so you know you wrote the equation correctly. Part B, another slanted line. Let's identify our points again. And I'm going to start with my y-intercept here. There's a point on the y-axis at 4. That's your y-intercept. Now my slope is going down. It's negative. So I'm going to count the rise over run here. So I'm going to go between that pink point and this green point. Looks like I go down 2, right 1. So down 2, right 1. And then my x-intercept, again, we're across the x-axis, happens right here at positive 2. Now again, just like the last time, to write our equation in y equals mx plus b form, I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. So my equation is going to be y equals, again, n is the slope. And you said the slope was negative 2 over 1. Now you can write that as just negative 2, or you can write it as negative 2 over 1. It does not matter. You get an x next, and then b is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is plus 2. Now just like last time, I want you to type that into Desmos and see if you get the same graph with the same x and y intercepts. So I'll have negative 2x plus 2. All right, there's my graph. Now when I graph it, I click there's my y-intercept and my x-intercept. Oh, that didn't look right. Oh, because I wrote it wrong. See, this is like what you can do when you're on Desmos. Plus 4. My y-intercept is 4. I just wrote it wrong. So let's change that on Desmos. Change that to a 4. There, that looks better. So the y-intercept is at 4 like on my paper, and the x-intercept is at 2. So you can see that that's the same y-intercept and x-intercept is there. Lastly, I have a graph at C. It's a horizontal line. So the slope of this horizontal line, remember slope due to skiing on this flat ground, and he said this is 0 fun. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0. The y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis. Right there. That happens at the point of 4. Now the question is, do you ever cross the x-axis here? The answer is no. So there is no x-intercept. And you should know, and let me say this, you should know that a horizontal line and a vertical line, which we saw in the slope graphs right up here in part B, those only have one letter in them. So the horizontal line goes through the y-axis, so it's going to be y equals 4. Now, if you do not remember if it's y equals 4 or x equals 4, then you should graph it on Desmos. So here's the right equation to check, y equals 4. That is the graph I had. It's a horizontal line going through 4, so you know you wrote the right equation. Say you thought it was x equals 4. You graph x equals 4, you get a vertical line. That's definitely not what was graphed, so you know that that's incorrect. Some of us might have even said it was y equals 4x. Well, you get a slanted line when you do that, and that's not the same as your picture, so you know you goofed up there as well. All right, so you can quickly check your work on Desmos. All right, I want you to do your review now. So on your review, you're going to do part 1, numbers 12 through 14.